The second I was out of sight, I ran. I ran faster than I have ever run in my life, lungs burning. And I didn't stop until I knew I was free. Have you ever had one of those days where everything is going great, and then suddenly you're kidnapped by a mountain tribe? No? Well, you're about to hear all about it. My name's Natalie, and this is the story of how a school trip turned into the craziest day of my life. We were on a school tour in the mountains. I was mostly there for the snacks and to avoid Mr. Donovan's history class. Little did I know, history was about to get way too real. Our guide, Mr. Grayson, was this super outdoorsy guy who thought he could lead us through the wilderness with nothing but a compass and a whistle. The rest of us were just there for the Instagram photos. We were hiking up this trail when I realized I had to go to the bathroom. Badly. I tried to hold it, but after a while, there was no choice. "Mr. Grayson," I said, raising my hand like I was in class, "I need to use the, facilities," already feeling the group's eyes on me. He nodded, pointing vaguely into the forest.
"Just don't wander off too far."
I took a deep breath and headed off the trail, trying to find some privacy. I heard a rustling noise behind me. I thought it was Toby trying to scare me, so I said, "Not funny, Toby." That's when I noticed something weird. There were these faces staring at me from behind the trees. I thought my mind was playing tricks on me until suddenly, "Ah!" I screamed, of course. I mean, what else are you supposed to do when you're being kidnapped by mysterious forest people? And a bag was thrown over my head. I kicked and struggled, but whoever it was had the grip of a gorilla. They carried me through the woods for what felt like forever. I was too scared to talk, my heart pounding like it was trying to break out of my chest. Finally, we stopped, and the bag was ripped off my head. I blinked in the bright light and found myself surrounded by a group of people dressed in, well, I'm not really sure what to call it. They looked like they were straight out of a history book. Feathers, beads, face paint, the whole deal. I looked around and realized they'd taken me to their village. It was a small place, with huts made of wood and leaves, and a fire pit in the center. Smoke rose from the fire pit, and there was a smell of roasted something in the air, hopefully not someone. Standing in front of me was the person who seemed to be their leader, a tall guy wearing a massive feather headdress. His eyes widened when he saw me.
"She has returned!"
I glanced around, confused. Excuse me? Returned from where? The people started murmuring, looking at me like I was some kind of miracle. I was getting really freaked out at this point. One of them stepped forward and spoke to the chief in a language I didn't understand. He nodded solemnly and then turned to me. "You," he said, pointing at me, "look just like my ex-wife." I blinked. Is this some kind of joke? I think there's been a mistake. I'm just here on a school trip. I don't know anything about your ex-wife." He shook his head. "No, it is fate. You have returned to us, and now you must marry me." I stared at him, mouth open. "What? No way! I'm not even 18 yet!" He seemed to consider this for a moment.
"Age is just a number."
"Not to the law," I protested. "Look, this is all just a big misunderstanding. I need to get back to my school group." The chief shook his head.
"You belong here now. We must prepare for the wedding."
But my protests didn't matter. And before I knew it, I was surrounded by villagers, one named Nira, who seemed nice enough, dragging me toward a hut. They sat me down and started fussing over me, brushing my hair and painting my face. It was like some twisted version of a makeover montage. I kept saying, "Guys, seriously, I have a math test tomorrow." But they didn't understand a word. I knew I had to get out of there. But how? Then they brought it out. The wedding dress. And you know what? I'll admit it. It was gorgeous. Handmade, covered in beads and feathers, and honestly, better than anything you'd find in a bridal shop. Fine. If this keeps me alive, I'll wear it. They clapped and cheered, helping me into the dress. But at least I wasn't being cooked over a fire. When they finished, Nira handed me a small mirror. "Beautiful," she said. I looked at my reflection and, beautiful? I look like a turkey wearing glitter. But before I could come up with an escape plan, they led me outside to a giant bonfire. The chief was waiting there, arms open, smiling like a lovesick cartoon. "This is destiny." Yeah, a really bad one. They handed me what looked like an old wooden camera, apparently the tribe's recording device. "You must speak to the spirits." I had no idea what that meant, but if I was being filmed, I might as well go out in style. So I looked straight into the lens and said, "Hey guys, it's Natalie here, live from the middle of nowhere. If you think this is as crazy as I do, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel." The fire was burning. Everyone was quiet. The wedding was about to start. That's when I realized something very important. If I didn't do something right now, I was about to become a mountain bride. So I took a deep breath and completely lost my mind. I froze in place. My hands started shaking. My head slowly tilted back. Something is happening. Everyone gasped. I rolled my eyes back and let out a long, dramatic sigh. My voice dropped lower, like I was suddenly a totally different person.
"I have returned."
The entire village went silent. I pointed straight at the chief.
"You."
The chief's smile disappeared.
"Yes, you. I got some things to say. You forgot our special days. You snored every night. You never listened. Marriage with you was exhausting."
The villagers gasped louder. I almost laughed because, judging by their faces, everything I said was true. The chief dropped to his knees. "Forgive me. I will change. I promise." I crossed my arms and looked away, pretending to struggle with anger.
"This girl is not allowed to marry you. She is too young. The spirits forbid it."
The chief cried even harder. "I will wait. I will do anything." I paused. Long silence. Even I impressed myself.
"I will give you one more chance.
Everyone leaned forward.
Tomorrow morning, go alone to the mountain peak. Bring the flower you gave me when we first met. You remember, right?"
His eyes widened, then nodded.
"If you see me there, you are forgiven. If not, there is no forgiveness."
I turned toward the forest.
"I must now walk the sacred path alone. Do not follow me."
No one moved. I walked into the trees slowly, my heart pounding so loud I was sure they could hear it. The second I was out of sight, I ran. I ran faster than I have ever run in my life, lungs burning. And I didn't stop until I knew I was free. I stumbled out of the woods, covered in mud, feathers, and face paint. My hair looked like a bird's nest, and my wedding dress was half torn. After what felt like an eternity, I finally saw the familiar faces of my classmates. They were still on the trail, looking for me. Toby screamed, "She's alive!" Everyone turned at once and rushed toward me. Everyone surrounded me, bombarding me with questions. What happened? Were you attacked? Did you join a cult? Long story. But let's just say I'm not ready for marriage. Their eyes slowly moved down. Wait.
What are you wearing?
I smirked.